I went from 10 years in corporate America to being home all day with no calendar, no meetings, and absolutely no freaking clue what I'm supposed to be doing. So, hi, I'm Ariel. I realized I never formally introduced myself, so I figured now was as good a time as any to do it while doing my full makeup routine. First things first, I am a terrible multitasker. I wish I possessed the ability to do my makeup while talking at the same time, but for the sake of your patience and my camera battery, this is a voiceover. I'm 32 and I'm a recent stay at home wife after spending the last 10 years working in corporate, most recently as a senior business partner. I was laid off like a month and a half ago after a lot, and I mean a lot of self reflection and some very honest conversations with leadership. I'd love to say I absolutely love this new chapter, but if I'm being totally transparent, I have no freaking clue what I am doing. It feels so strange being home all the time without an Outlook calendar telling me where to be and what to do. I toggle between being completely chill and fully spiraling, convinced there's something I should be doing, even though I can't really figure out what that thing is. I also need to be very real about the hardest part of all this. It's not making my own money anymore and not being able to buy whatever I want whenever I want. I know I'm incredibly fortunate to be in a position where I can be a housewife right now while I put myself back together. But there's a lot of vulnerability in fully leaning into the partnership of marriage. There's insecurity, like, am I still an equal partner? Do I still have a voice? And I want to make one thing very clear: my husband has never, in any way, shape, or form, made me feel like that. This is a purely me getting trapped in my own head thing. The best part of my marriage is that I can talk to that man about literally everything. No matter how unhinged I sound, he takes all my fears, insecurities, and worries seriously, and it reminds me every day how freaking lucky I am to have him. The only downside, though, is he keeps bringing up the B word, budget. And I'm just like really not interested in that conversation. Oh, and one more thing. He like really believes in me all the time, which sounds great, except I married the man so I wouldn't have to think. And yet here we are. He wants me to understand stocks, the home buying process, tells me I'm capable and I can push myself harder. Like when we go to the gym together and he says, you can totally squat that. And then I'm out of commission for like a week. But I digress. Like I was saying, it's weird being home. And there's no saying I won't go back to work eventually. But for now, I'm really trying to focus on my health, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Your girl just needed a freaking break. Earlier this year, I experienced a non viable pregnancy, and it took a much bigger toll on me than I realized at the time. I felt like I couldn't fully heal while being in an environment that added even more physical and emotional stress. It was a heavy year personally, and professionally, there was so much happening that I never felt like I had a moment to breathe. Turning to content creation as an outlet has really been good for me, and also kind of embarrassing. There are people who know me who might see these videos, and I worry a future employer could find this channel and decide I'm unemployable because I like making vlogs on the internet. But I generally do want to show up here as my true authentic self. A few other things you should probably know about me: I'm not perfect. I'm so not perfect. But my growth and my ability to reflect on my mistakes and imperfections is one of my favorite things about myself. My humor can come off as self deprecating, bratty, or a little full of myself. I hope the more you get to know me, the more you understand who I really am. We're currently in the process of moving from Georgia back to Arizona, which makes this our third home in about 5 years. You'd think I'd be a pro by now, but I'm easily distracted and I have OCD, like actual OCD. And big changes can be really hard for me. I curse a lot. I'll try to keep that in check though. I have a warped sense of humor, the kind where people aren't always sure if I'm joking, which is why I think it's so funny. I'm terrified of being perceived, which kind of feels like a universal thing. Again, I'm not a perfect human. I'm consistently inconsistent. You probably won't get super routine niche content from me. It might be book reviews, makeup get readies with me, packing chaos, or whatever hell like else I'm up to. But that's a pretty accurate representation of who I am in my day-to-day. I also promise I'll get better at this whole video making thing. Filming and editing for YouTube is a skill set I'm still trying to figure out. So thanks for bearing with me. If you made it this far, thank you for being here. I'm figuring this out in real time, and I really want this space to feel honest and human, not perfect. If there's ever something you want to see from me or something you're curious about, just tell me. I'd love for you to stick around while I figure this out. Bye.